Hello and welcome. Oh, we've lost Georgia.
Oh no.
Hello and welcome. My name is DM Dan. We are the Explorers of Elsewhere. We are live and we are here. And by we, I mean myself, Nate,
Hello.
Fio,
Hello.
and Georgia.
Hello.
Hello. Yes, we're here to talk some Titans, aren't we? We've been savaged by goblins, illness and tech goblins. So we had this on the cards to sort of like stream and record anyway. But yeah, we'll do it now. We'll do it live. Literally, we'll do it live. So yes, this is our little kind of behind the scenes chat where we get together. We have a little natter about everything that's been happening in our Daggerheart campaign, the Titan Isles. So last week we had episode 16 of 20. And yeah, so that's like 2 episodes into the final finale, the final act. We're well on our way to the final finale. But yeah, you lot, the 5 of you, the 5 players, you all have a WhatsApp group where you discuss devilish schemes away from my prying eyes, and presumably discuss a few things about what's been happening in the campaign. I know that Nate is rustled after the last few episodes for reasons I suspect we'll go into this evening.
Yes.
But yeah, before we crack on, how are you? Are you good?
Yeah.
How are you, Nate? Are you good?
Yeah. Bit sleepy.
Little
But besides from that, I'm doing good.
Amazing. Theo has become a spectre.
He's frozen.
He's
I thought he was just looking at his phone for a really long time, but suddenly I suspect that might not be the case.
not quite. Theo will return to us. How are you, Georgia? Are you good?
I'm very well, thank you. How
Amazing.
are you doing?
I'm all right. This is a very early segue, and I assure you we will kick back into this a little bit later. But I find myself very excited actually this week.
Is that so?
Yeah, because there's a Kickstarter that I'm very interested in that's due to kickstart. I mean, there's no other word really, is there? It's about to kickstart. And yes, as I very much suspect we'll be talking about that a little bit later, and also what things are happening during that kickstart that may or may not be happening on Thursday evening at 7:30. Yes, we will assume that Theo's spirit is lingering somewhere in the study, and he will rejoin us promptly. But tell you what,
Goblins got him too.
Goblins.
Oh no! It's a massacre.
Yes, let's crack on before any of us are yeeted from the live stream. So we've got stuff to talk about in episode 15 and episode 16. But Nate, was there anything in particular that you thought was worth discussing?
Well, I like the fact that I got something right for once. I like the fact that I guessed it was Nephene, and it was Nephene.
Yes.
So that's very pleasing. It did take you a bit of prodding for me to actually get that it was the Raven who Kikfran is.
Yes.
And you were just like, who else has this tone of voice, Nathan? I'm like, just like, bah.
Yeah, in one of the very rare occurrences that I actually did my homework, listen back to my own, listen back to my own stream. What silly voice did I give these people? But yes, for those who haven't been blessed with the experience of watching campaign 2, what is a Nephene?
Nephene. So Nephene is now I'm remembering this off the top of my head.
Yeah, this is a test.
She is the stepdaughter of the leader of House Antelir,
Yes.
who Tyria Valmar?
I don't know what noise that was. Well, yes, Nephene was the stepdaughter of Turia Valenmar.
That's what I said.
Of course. Turia Valenmar, who was the leader of House Antelir, who once upon a time ruled over the city of Elysia, which was the backdrop for campaign 2.
Yeah. And so, I mean, to be honest, like I wasn't actually expecting any callbacks this campaign. So that's a nice little surprise. And also Dan kind of wrangling my brain a bit again, sort of like regarding the marble, because this was sort of like spoilers a little bit for the end of campaign 2 as well. But the marble is preferably related to something that also comes up at the end of campaign 2, that Turia Valenmar was actually imprisoned in and was not able to use all of her powers because this was able to sort of like have some sort of very strong like arcane shield towards her. So, but this is like older than, from what can be told, it's older than the eschaton, it's older than the war, it's older than that. So it's something interesting from way back when any of us were not a glint in our in our fictional daddy's eyes.
Yes, absolutely. It's the marble is very much a returning concept from campaign 2 as well. But we see it in a much by the sounds of it, we see it in a much more natural habitat in campaign 3.
Yeah.
I mean, hello Fio, welcome back. I think you're muted just before that does the thing.
Nope, can't hear you.
No, shout really loud, and then
it comes through George's mic.
We'll ask Georgia initially first. Then, I mean, as you weren't in like campaign 2, beyond your very expertly done voiceover for the intro sequence.
I was there the whole time.
So yeah, I guess. Well, yeah, I suppose you were, because in my head canon, like I don't think I've ever actually. I don't know if I've said it out loud. I might have, but I don't think I have. The intro like sequence for campaign 2 is voiced by Taro. So Georgia's voice,
I'm the official voice,
is the lady in purple. But yeah, how have you been? So obviously, like you and Fio have both been sitting there watching Nate kind of
vibrate
violently.
I mean, it's been wonderful just watching that. I just like watching Nate.
Are there any sort of like how have you been feeling about the plot bombs, or is there anything of note that you've? Well, actually, I suppose Cassandra has had a very big plot bomb herself.
Yes. Her family was eaten? ? Possibly by the man we are traveling to kill? ?
He's a very hungry man.
He's a
very hungry boy.
Man.
He's the hungriest of hippos.
so snacky.
Little family as an hors d'oeuvre. Yes, so I guess just to very quickly recap, Cass and Gardy managed to begin communing with like a weakened Pfizer, who seemed to have kind of reverted to a state of hibernation after you managed to sort of cure her of the arcane corruption.
And her totally serious voice.
And it's, yes, and her very, very law appropriate voice. And yeah, like when you. So what was your question specifically? Like it was just where are they, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was always her question. I think she
Yeah.
was she was so certain that it would fix everything, but it was really just the most. I'm going to find a world spirit and it's going to tell me where my family is. It's like, well done, Cass. You didn't think that through very far, did you? Pfizer could have just been like, I've just woken up. What are you talking about?
I don't know nothing, Governor.
Sod off!
Yeah.
I've had a big block of ice through my head. What are you talking about?
Well, I guess to really kind of give everyone a peek behind the curtain, I mean, you kind of presented this as the reason for Cass being like an explorer, like being on this trip, sort of like on a search for answers. And there was kind of I know it was weird. There was kind of a moment where when you just like you just straight up like planted 10 toes in the ground and demanded this answer from Pfizer. And I was like, we're in episode 15. Like, I can't, in a way, I can't not answer it. So, yeah, there was a moment where it was just like, would Pfizer know? And it's just like, well, given where we are now, yes, now she definitely has to know. So it's kind of introduced this, a relatively definitive answer in a way. But I guess because obviously Cass it felt like Cass came away from it quite kind of shocked by the seeming finality of it all. But I guess one of the questions that I've kind of wordlessly been like the idea plate I've been wordlessly spinning ever since episode 7 is that EXO has said he's eaten other world spirits. He's eaten another world spirit. And we haven't found out anything about said world spirit yet. But yeah, your family, like Cass's family, just vanished. I mean, that's the terminology you used, and that's kind of what Pfizer imposed on you, that they just kind of vanished. Yes, interesting.
No, I did go into this game fully expecting you to be like, I don't know, Georgia. I just want you to fight some giant things. I'm not here for this bullshit you've given me. I like making characters. I didn't do this with Alfred, but I like making characters that have a very definitive goal from the start of the campaign. So they always have something that they are dead set on doing, because it's always fun to have a character with a driving force. And yeah, I did kind of expect. I was like, well, I'm just going to give this to Dan, and he's going to hate me. And you know, if she never learns, then that's also fine.
Well, I mean, how like between like Nate or Fio was there, but I'm trying to think how kind of aware everyone else was. Like, were you surprised by the question when it was asked? Like, where are they?
No, not at all.
No, I suppose it was public.
Because Cass made it clear to Abe
Yeah.
in a scene earlier on,
Yes.
when they, I can't remember if everyone was slightly tipsy or just a bit more relaxed.
Oh, Cass
Where
did
it
just
was-
double fisted.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Such a good term of phrase there. But yeah, just like, yeah, it's nice to have your family back, isn't it? I don't know where mine are. And it was like, oh, okay, this makes sense now. I think Cooper already found out like a couple of episodes ago that they were missing. Like, he remembers a big sprawling family prior to this.
Just all
So,
very
yeah.
nosy researchers.
Yeah.
I don't think Griffin even knows. I don't think
No.
one Griffin knows why Cass, and now Cass is probably really sad, and Griffin doesn't know why.
Just I'm dealing with my own shit.
It's like, is she all right? You don't want to know. What?
My name's been revealed.
Yes, it's been quite a spoiler heavy couple of episodes, really, hasn't it?
Well, they've got to come up. They've only got 4 more episodes
Let's
left. Got to get it
go,
all out
just-
now.
Get in.
I'm just firing them out now. Okay, so yeah, I mean, Cass has had a bit of a violent kind of change in direction. I mean, do you feel like that news is immediately affecting Cass's like trajectory? Like, has it harshed her vibes enough that
I think she, in my head, she knew, she suspected that something like that had happened, but she's the kind of person who will push down her feelings with work and apparently shooting people in the head. You knew? So I think she was like, if I set myself a goal and I work towards that goal with everything that I have, oh, look, there's my ex. I won't have to think about it. Like, I have the suspicion that I think I know, something bad has happened. But if I blame it on a world spirit, if I make it my mission, I don't have to think about it. And now she's finally having to sit down and unpack what she already knew in her heart of hearts. And she's kind of coming to this realization that everyone around her, this new little group, is the new family. It's the family was the family you made along the way, and now she's, I think she's probably going to end up being like, oh well, now I have something to punch. Now I have a big thing to shoot in the head.
Yeah. So the face of all of your problems is significantly closer than you might have originally thought it to be. Okay, and I mean, Cooper did not get off scot-free either.
No. The Pfizer fight was interesting, and then the aftermath of that is him being connected to EXO still, and I'm still very curious as a player who doesn't know how that will tie into the end game. If there'll be more there, if this is how we find where EXO is, this is how, I don't know. Like I'm sensing kind of like Harry Potter Horcrux vibes, unfortunately, to reference them. But like that gives me that kind of vibe that they're connected regardless if they like it or not now. And I'm curious as to how, like, if now that we've destroyed the crystal, if it's still affecting Cooper or not after this, or if it's definitely EXO's influence. And also all the stuff with Kikfran, which is great. Also that, and the sigil, which is now technically not on Cooper, but Cooper doesn't know this yet because it's like been like 10 minutes because we've had a scary pirate fight in the middle of that. We haven't really had a chance to be like, my hand doesn't feel as weird anymore.
So
there's a lot with Cooper. I think also almost losing Cass in that fight was quite impactful for him, but also him trying to unpack that while everything else is going on is quite hard. Like there's not really time for stillness. Like there is stillness moments, like we can have conversations, but there's conversations and there's moments for the characters to actually unpack the baggage of the previous episodes, and I think it's hard to find time for those. Because I know for a fact I've got like penciled in conversations I want to have, but they need to feel like they are conversations that would happen naturally, not kind of pigeonholed in. So it's like when is the right time? When does it feel narratively, thematically important for this particular conversation to happen with different people? So it's interesting. I like it. I love playing Cooper. I think he's very different to the other characters that I've played so far. He is a little rat man. So I know he's a dragon, guys, but he is actually a little rat man. And I love that for him.
Even I, in my dabbling in drawing Cooper, accidentally drew him as a rat man. Like, I didn't even mean to. just just kind of found out that way. But yeah. Was there anything? What have I forgotten? Was there anything in specifically that any big reveals? I'm trying to think back. You collectively. I mean, Bea, you mentioned the pirate attack. You were assailed by presumably the remnants of Exo's crew. You've managed to stick it to the Gravenseer. It's dawned on me, like when you lot fought the Gravenseer in the most recent episode, and then also when you fought like the Iron Serpent in episode 7, like the Act 1 finale, that like the lieutenants of big bads. When do you ever really find out their names? You know.
Yeah. He's not just going to stand there and go, "Hello, now destroyer," but beforehand, "This is my lieutenant."
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like, "Hello, this is Keith, and this is Nigel," and
just
gonna
emails you an
screw you up.
organizational chart.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because the Gravenseer that you fought, creepy, floaty, seemingly ex kind of cleric of Ulavari, the dragon of life and death, or the dragons of life and death, I should say. Was first on screen in episode 5 when you first saw the kaiju fight between Burunan and Pfizer. Like, Exo looked over at you menacingly.
We might have had a little glimpse in an elsewhere. Meanwhile, in elsewhere, sort of second right at the end.
I suppose there was an
Probably
elsewhere,
like in episode 2
episode
or
1.
something.
Episode 1 was when Exo ship landed
I was
on the
going to
island
say
during
that
the storm.
was that guy. Yeah.
Yeah. A
so
very
his name was Nigel, right? I am Nigel.
sure. I mean, no one. I don't think any loving parents would purposefully name their child Gravenseer.
Or Nigel.
Or
Nigel. Poor Nigels around the world.
But yeah, I very much intended for Gravenseer to have some real sort of like Ebony Maw, Marvel, Children of Thanos kind of vibes, especially with the creepy floatingness.
Was he going to have like a really interesting monologue to give us about his backstory and his plans for us?
Cooper was like, "Cool."
I was going to say, as Cass just pulls the trigger on his head. We know what we want. We know what we want to see. And this is Cass bulldozing a man before they can do their monologue. That's great.
I did feel really bad because, Dan, you were creating a scene of sort of like this
Gravenseer,
obviously being like, it looked like he was a follower of Ulavari, and that's really strange because obviously they're on the side, that was a god that was on the side of divinity, but was another god that also died during the war along with Kevofa. And you were explaining this, and I just went, "Cool, fireball."
We ain't got time for that.
We ain't got time for this.
Die!
Die
now!
Get on with
Quick!
it.
Thus is the power of a fireball. It not only does it wreck NPCs, it wrecks plot lines as well. It's again. Like if you, I suppose it like the kind of nature of the lieutenant. It's just like you're not the big bad. So are you going to get that much screen time? Like, I suppose Boba Fett only had 3 lines of dialogue across all the the original Star Wars movies.
I think actions speak louder than words. If Lieutenant killed another PC, then that would like.
Oh, I was trying. Don't worry.
I know. Don't worry. I know you were. But what I'm saying is like with live the talents like that with like people who are not the big bad.
Yeah.
they need to do something pretty villainous for us to all be like, right, that guy, he needs to go.
Yeah,
Right. I say guy in a gender neutral sense. Like
Yeah.
whoever they are, they need to go. Which is why I think we have so much hatred for EXO. Like we've seen the devastation
He's killed our
caused.
Brobo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're
Yeah.
he's technically killed 2 of us.
He broke my bird.
He broke So we have lots of reasons to be like, oi, with EXO. But everyone else who follows EXO haven't had the same like actions.
Yeah.
You know?
I suppose like Tim was pretty on the money when during that fight. Tim was like, does this guy have any abilities that don't have the word death in them? But yeah, he was literally a ticking time bomb, because he was. I think the ability was called Countdown, like Inevitable Death, or Countdown to Death, or something like that. And I think you all just kind of went
Like
something cryptic like that, you know.
something cryptic.
that.
Yeah. So I think you all just went, I don't think Griffin will approve if that countdown hits 0. So let's just fireball him. Let's just double tap him just to be safe.
But I will say the NPCs, like our fellow NPCs in that fight, were very, very helpful. I think having like Grinner's like ability to re-roll, like spend a hope and re-roll like a dice, was really good.
And you are all completely maxed out on stress now. As a result.
Except for me, I'm doing great.
You're doing fine.
Because I didn't go anywhere near Grinner. But I mean, having Kigfran around was actually pretty good. He's got some pretty nice things on him.
Yes. Yeah, he's a lot more in your face than Coraline was. Which I don't know, in hindsight it makes me think, oh, is that a bit odd, considering what his methods were during campaign 2. Famously getting Julia's character in trouble by telling her mum.
Yeah.
Like dobbing her into her mum.
I guess in a way it could make narrative sense if he said, like, especially he said to Griffin, he said, like, you're under my protection now. Like, that makes narrative sense, that he would then, use his big bamfin to do what he can to protect a small boy.
Yes.
who has one too many fireballs.
But yes, Kigfran, I was relishing the faces you were pulling, Nate, especially when I was finally able to just totes casually say he has Blackguard training, and that means that only means stuff to one person in the group.
Me.
That is you. But appreciated that. But was there any other kind of points of note from the last 2 sessions that you guys have been speaking about?
Trying to think if there was anything from episode 15, possibly.
So 15, you guys were rummaging around in Dorlashal. So Griffin had his heart-to-heart with the Hammered Rider.
More with Coraline, really.
Or Coraline, I suppose, yeah.
We were able to get Abe and his daughter to check out his little hut in episode 15.
True. That was cute.
Quite nice.
I was going to say the stuff with Dawlish, the Hammered Rider, was really cool. Yeah. I like that a lot.
I mean, I suppose now that the Hammered Rider, Dawlish, is kind of completely 180'd in a way since you first met them. Where are you thinking? Where are your heads at with them?
I kind of wish in the moment that Griffin would have had like a bit more of a chat with him at that time. Obviously, when you're playing live, sometimes those things can just go straight out your head, especially when you're on a time limit as well. But I kind of wish that I'd remember to kind of go like, oh, this is actually a pretty good opportunity to sort of get a little bit more out of information about him and what happened to him and what he knows.
I mean, this sounds like a fireside chat opportunity.
That's very true. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, we could do that because I think, well, certainly there was a part of me that was just like, oh, I'm not 100% sure if I'm prepped for Hamadryas to have a full-blown conversation right now.
Yeah.
What does this hulking tree man want? But yeah, how about Cooper or Casa? Any other notable bits that you wanted to natter about? Either that happened to your characters or otherwise.
I'm just really curious about the mountains now. Now that we're heading that way, and Kifran has obviously kind of made us go. I'm really curious as to how that's going to pan out for everyone involved, because there are kind of a few options in which that plays out, and depending on what it is we're actually getting for Kifran and Sorrowwind and all that lot. Because obviously we've got the connection to Griffin. I'm sorry, not Griffin. Tobias or whatever, whoever he is. But yeah, so that's kind of interesting to me. Is like, what is it they want? Are we going to let them take it? Probably not. So
right in and
but also Griffin now has this sigil on him, which Cooper thought he had on him. He was like, oh, I could deal with that. Now Griffin's got it. The other squishy in the group has also got a sigil on him now. We should have just put it on Abe. Abe will deal with anything. It'll be fine. But no, yeah, I don't know. I'm concerned / very intrigued as to how that is going to play out.
Yeah.
I don't have the answers. I just have lots of questions, which is usual for me. So,
so Cooper's been the person who spent the most time with the pirates, like historically, because you kind of did a job for them before the campaign started. What is either Cooper's or Fio's thoughts on the fact that like Bosun Grinner and Elismira were basically have said there were ships, like we're tracking some ships that we don't recognize, we haven't seen them for a while, and then when the fog descended, like it wasn't the ships that they were expecting to be attacked by.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that worries me, because that kind of suggests that there's more enemies on the horizon that we're not really aware of. But we do know about Sorrowwind's flying ship, so I don't know if that's also connected or not.
Players do, yeah.
I was going to say, do we know as
yeah, players? That's what I mean. Players do. Cooper wouldn't know. Like I above the table, I think that might be the connection, because we haven't really been hinted at any other ships, I believe. So that's where my brain is going. Is Sorrowwind like, I'm flying, but the rest of my team are coming by sea? And is he coming to just take whatever we're getting by force? Like, because I know obviously he has this deal with I can't pronounce her name now. Nefne. So I know he's doing stuff with Nefne, but it doesn't feel like it's a very good relationship from the elsewhere conversations we've seen. So I'm curious as to how that's going to play.
Yeah, I think it's when, like, I think the relationship between Nefne and Lord Sorrowwind will be an interesting one, because they are fundamentally, I mean, they're both on the same team, but they are also both like heads of what are effectively royal houses, aren't they? So, like, how harmonious is that marriage
Mm.
right now?
And like, if this item is discovered and both of them want it, does that mean we're going to end up being like in the middle with this item that we're not going to give to anyone, and we're just going to run and let the other two think the other one has it? Like that would be my preferred go-to. Let these two houses like fight each other, and we can just sneak off. Like we got more important shit to be getting on with. Let's go.
I guess the one thing to note is that like the interest in the mountain is in inverted commas directly from Kigfran, so therefore from who we now know to be Nefne, like House Antelir, and Lord Sorrowwind, so it's House Stonethrath. Like he was just kind of there. Like he was just kind of he was the designated driver, and he only sprung into action when he heard when you had that kind of weird sending stone call, and I was going, no, I'm going straight there, and is almost kind of kidnaps Nefene on his crusade. Like across an indeterminate amount of elsewhere to get to the Titan Isles. Yeah, he's just aimed at the crust of the world and just really right through it.
I will find it.
Yeah. So yeah, I guess there's in a way, Lord Sorrowwind's almost kind of gone off-piste, right? Like because we also know from the Elsewheres that Kigfran was a bit like, wait, you're coming here? What?
Hang on.
That wasn't part of the plan.
That was not part of the plan. That's why I'm here. Yeah. But yes, that's. I'm sure when he does arrive, we can just talk it through. It'll all blow over.
Yeah, it'll be fine.
It'll be fine.
Sure, Tobias. That reveal is going to be so sweet. I'm going to enjoy it so much as I play it.
I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be fun.
Amazing. So yes, any other points of note?
We leveled up.
We did level up. I mean, we've now had a chance to really sort of tinker around with what we've leveled up with.
Yeah, and some of your new abilities are heinous.
If I swear, if we had like long rest rules the way that a D&D campaign normally does, and it was like long campaign like rest where we're like every day, or Cooper would be invincible. He'd never get touched. Like some of the stuff that he can now do is just insane. Like it does feel a little bit like the OP rogue thing. It isn't necessarily OP, but it depends on how you run a campaign.
Nerfs the rogue.
He does feel a bit. He does feel like the two domain cards I've just picked up feel incredibly powerful compared to his other stuff. But then I don't have any other like magical abilities apart from getting invisible, which is useful, but everything else is all either RP based or situational. Like it's like I really can't use any of these for any particular situations, where the new two, which is never upstaged and share the burden, are so useful, particularly in combat. So yeah, I'm excited to use them more if I'm allowed.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
I
mean, I guess a question for all three of you, like we know that like you guys are now level 6. We know that we're going to finish the campaign at level 6. Daggerheart is a campaign that is a system that runs from 1 to 10. So, how, if you were to sort of like roughly, like if you were playing a D&D character, like what level of D&D do you feel like you'd be at right now? Like, does it feel like you're playing, say, level 12s? Like you double the, because obviously D&D runs to 20, so you could arguably double the level brackets, or
I don't know. As someone
has-
who's never sort of played D&D like up to a level like that, I think as far as
fair.
I've ever got to is 8.
Fair.
But it does feel like in D&D terms that we're at like a level 8, 9 sort of thing.
Yeah, I'd say I personally, cast doesn't feel horrendously powerful, but then I say that with lightning, jumpy lightning. I haven't played D&D in quite a while, so I'm struggling to remember what the degree of powerfulness is as you go. But I feel like about 8, 9 is probably a good.
Okay. Yeah, would you agree with that, Fio?
Yeah, I think so. Particularly, like I feel like, if anything, I feel like the rogue is more powerful earlier on in D&D.
Yeah.
Than I feel
You've
like I
got
had to
hiding and then
hit
hiding.
6 for rogue to feel. But then that might just be the way I've been playing Cooper, because obviously the domain cards are so much more flexible than the rogue class in D&D, where it's like you can choose these like 3 subclasses, but you still get these same things. Where I feel like because you've got the variety of the domain cards, depends on what kind of rogue you're playing, it's a lot more flexible. It's a very different experience. And it's all about the narrative play. You could I think remembering some of the stuff you could get where like you can have magic with the rogue so early on, I think they could get so OP so quickly depending on how you're playing it. But because I've gone for a more roguish, like swashbuckler crossbow type, not the shadow hunting stabby type, I feel like that's been my detriment. But that's how I wanted to play Cooper, where I think if you were playing a traditional rogue with Daggerheart, you'd be laughing. Absolutely.
That's fair. That's fair. So I think I suppose level 8, 9, that seems about right. Just trying to think of all the the D&D campaigns I've run where we were at level 8, 9. That said, I wouldn't throw what were fundamentally demigods at level 8 or 9 party, like D&D parties. Okay, that's interesting to know. I mean, in comparison to like campaign 2, so obviously like Nate, you'll be able to relate to this. A marked like difference in power, although the Blades characters seemed to be able to, they were just unstoppable in so much as that they could just avoid danger. Like absolute champs. Whereas in this one, Daggerheart directly, you're punching danger square in the schnoz, and not taking any damage in return, it would seem.
Well, I guess also with campaign 2, it was very much like magic is very, unless it's divine magic is very looked down upon. Magic is not, for civilized society, especially like arcane magic. But there were, we had like a special ability that we could use once every session that felt a little bit more sort of magical-esque in a way, that sort of, so like Cavern had like divine affinity. So he could basically, just to avoid a roll, I was just like, I can't be bothered to roll this. Or if it was something really important, like he could channel into some divinity that he didn't realize he had and just kind of go like, cool, I did it.
He could literally have a light bulb moment and glow. That's the dragon sense heritage kicking in. That's fair. Cool. Okay, so I think I can't think of anything else, unless any of you lot can think of anything else that we've missed.
No.
I think we're good.
No.
Yeah. Fair. Weren't expecting this to be a particularly long one, so we could probably begin winding down. That said, at the beginning of the stream, I was mentioning that it's a very exciting week this week. But yeah, I just cannot remember why.
I can think of a couple of reasons why.
Yeah. Go
So
on. Jog my memory, Theo.
yes. So in case you were not aware, Georgia and I are audio drama creators, and this week we are releasing our Kickstarter for season 2 of our audio drama or fiction podcast, as they're also known, called the Homeward Foundation. It is a found footage horror fiction podcast designed as a sequel to the novel Dracula, which I've said so many times and I still get that. But if that sounds like something that is up your street, please do check it out. But we to kind of preface why we're excited about it, on Thursday, the wonderful Dan is going to be running a one-shot based around the world of Homeward, set as a kind of like prequel / beginning of episode 1 from the first series. So you can now listen to all of season 1 wherever you listen to your podcasts, so Spotify or Pocket Casts or Apple Podcasts. And Dan will be running, I'll be playing, Georgia is consultant, and we have some of our actors playing new cast and crew, because our Benji, who is our sound designer, our Benji, yeah, he's ours now. By Big Finish, sorry, he's ours now. We'll be playing different characters within the world, and yeah, it'd be lovely to have people watch. We're also doing a great kind of the word gimmick comes to mind. It's not really a gimmick, I guess, but basically, if you fund, if you give us money during the stream, it will affect some of the gameplay. Dan has done this before on different charity streams. I've never been experiencing it myself, but basically, certain monetary amounts can lead to interesting things happening to the character, positive or negative. Yes. It's really worth watching live for that, because we're going to see what happens. But we're really excited. The Kickstarter actually launches tomorrow at 7 p.m. And then there's going to be a little live stream to celebrate that it's open. We are trying to raise a lot of money, so if this is something that interests you, please do join us. Even if it doesn't interest you, maybe check out the Kickstarter, because we do have some community goals, which will help spread reach, which doesn't cost you a thing, but it will help gain reach across
and it gives
the
you
internet.
some rewards if you hit certain goals. So we'll add some new stuff to the Kickstarter once certain goals are met.
Yeah, so it's pretty cool. We're very excited, very nervous, very excited.
But the nerves in this instance are good, I feel.
Okay.
Yeah. So, I mean, I've said it before to you two directly, but yeah, thank you for letting me, giving me the opportunity to run it. Because I've definitely got a couple of butterflies floating around for the stream. Because yourself, Benji, Basil, who voices Tom Van Helsing, and Candice, who voices Magdalena Swift. It's going to be a fantastic game. Can we say what the I suppose we could. Should we say?
Yeah,
what
we've announced what it is. So yeah,
please
go ahead. Yeah.
So yes, as Theo said, it's a sort of like a prequel to season 1. And it's currently titled Homeward Foundation Containment Breach. There is an oopsie in the Lucy Westenra building, Homeward Foundation building in Whitby, and things we know that things don't go well. So what we're going to discover on Thursday night is just how badly things went.
What happened to everyone left behind who wasn't a main character?
Yes. So yeah, if you're a fan of survival horrors, it's gonna be this is gonna be right up your alley. And I think it's we've got such a sort of a wide variety of experiences between the 4 players playing it. I think it's gonna be absolutely wild. Yeah, in terms of the donations, very similar to the charity streams that we've run here, sort of like the Game of Good streams. So yeah, there will be set donation amounts, and if you tip those throughout the game, you can either help the players or hinder them. Let me tell you that hindering them is much more fun. But if you have a heart of gold, unlike myself, yes, you can help them with re-rolled failed rolls, or finding emergency supplies scattered around in a very kind of Left 4 Dead kind of way. Was there anything to add, Georgia?
No, I think that's everything.
Okay. So yes, that's going to be here on the channel. So the alert for that is going to be going up relatively soon, well, after this stream primarily. And yeah, Thursday 7:30 will be Thursday 7:30. The alarms start going off. Given that it started at 6:30, maybe we could have made it time appropriate. But no, I don't think it would have quite worked. Yeah, so very, very much looking forward to it.
Yeah, me too.
So, I will, Fio and Georgia, absolutely shout at me if I forget, but I will add the Homewood links in this for anyone who's watching kind of after the fact. Because even if you kind of miss the live stream live, like that's still going to be up on the channel. And the Kickstarter is going to be running for, well, a month from tomorrow, I guess.
Yeah, month from tomorrow. So it begins tomorrow at 7 p.m. and it'll end on the I want to say the 15th of November.
Yes.
Which is at 7 o'clock. So yeah.
Amazing. Actually, thinking of middle of November. Oh no! Oh, Witchlight, you've just arrived. Oh, buddy. Thank you for joining us. We're doing an emergency Titan talk, and we're just about to wrap up. But I mean, good news. I'll just rewind and then just watch from the beginning. Yeah, glad to have you along. Are we allowed? I say are we? Am I allowed to talk about middle of November yet, or are we still
not yet?
Not yet.
We do have something very exciting planned for the finale, which we have been sort of really planning for like the last month and a bit, and something is relatively semi sort of booked solid. We're just waiting for some crossed T's and some dotted I's to just make sure that like everything is in place, but we are
I am
excited about
100% the kid at like Christmas, just violently shaking the present. Like,
I think it's going to be really good. I think everyone's going to have a good time with it.
Yes. Yeah, exciting things for the finale, which is not very long, not very far away. Not very far away. And I say that with a modicum of dread in my heart, because we're all prepping for it. Right. With that said, then, I think we'll bring things to a close. We've got 4 more episodes left of the campaign, and then we say our goodbyes to campaign 3. I believe we're going to have one more. We'll have one more Titan talk. That will probably land somewhere between 18 and 19, I suspect, at this point, or maybe after 19. We'll see. But yeah, exciting stuff. So, thank you 3 for joining and chatting. Thank you, Witchlight, for joining. Apologies. Apologies that we're signing off now. Yes, we will be back next Monday for episode 17. If we are struck down by the Tekken Illness Goblins again, I just don't know what we're going to do.
Because we're running out of time.
We're running out of weeks. But no, we will figure it out. But no, fingers crossed, we will be back on next Monday to continue on, pick up on the aftermath of the pirates, like the naval boarding battle. And yeah, see what secrets and mysteries lie within the southeastern mountain. Cool. So, thank you all for watching. Thank you all for chatting. We'll see you next week. No, we'll see you Thursday for the whole Foundation
Thursday.
one shot.
Yeah.
Yes. See you Thursday.
Right, catch you all on Thursday. Take
Bye.
care, everybody.
Bye.
Bye, bye, bye.